You know, my mom said it perfectly that I feel like I was just given so much. Now that I get to kind of pay my dues, pay my debts back, really pay it forward, it's really fulfilling for me and it's really gratifying.
Jack, tell me about the 2010 ACC Championship game. Really, when Jack Tyler burst into the consciousness of Virginia Tech fans.
Yeah, I mean, that game changed my life forever. Obviously, I came as a walk-on. Really, my goal out of high school was to get to play a special team my senior year, touch the field, make my parents proud with, some sort of like senior day, running out in the tunnel, something, where I was a part of the football team.
Pryor is the fullback. Running play. There goes Thompson to the right. And Tyler from the backside drags him and brings him down. Jack Tyler, the middle linebacker, unblocked coming in to make the tackle.
Obviously, like that was the game where I kind of realized to myself that I can play at this level. I'm not just a walk-on that's going to play special teams one day, that I can compete at this level. And then secondly, really that was where I found out that I wanted to coach. And I always, that game was just so special for so many reasons to me.
What was that light that went off that made you want to be a coach?
Well, it's actually a funny story. So I remember, and like I said, I was a backup. Bruce Taylor was our starter at the time, and all week in practice leading up to that game, Coach Foster was kind of hammering the linebackers on a certain formation and play that Florida State liked to run. And E.J. Manuel was their quarterback, and every time they got in this formation, they would run a speed option play with him. And I remember in practice, I screwed it up a few times where Coach Foster wanted me to kind of widen my alignment to help me make a play. And really, he was trying to get Bruce to do it because I was the backup. But obviously, you got to prepare both people. So, flash forward, Bruce kind of gets nicked up a little bit in the game, and here I am playing. And they come out in this formation, and I'm thinking, oh, well, I've seen this before. I know exactly what to do, so I widen my alignment.
Option play again, this time to the left. Manuel keeping. Hokie stringing it out. Hokie's knocking down right behind the line of scrimmage. And Jack Tyler in there to make the play.
The elation that I felt after that play was something I can't even describe. And that moment forward, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to have my players one day feel that exact same feeling that I felt after making that play. And that ultimately has made me and kind of solidified, me being a coach. And that's what I wanted to do.
How nice is it to be back in the facility, actually getting stuff done?
Oh, man. I mean, it's definitely a lot better than being on my couch, I'll tell you that much. Just having like the personal interactions and seeing everybody again, and actually like getting to like see people face to face. I mean, it's funny, you don't realize like how much those connections actually help you with your job. And it's just awesome being back, being able to see everybody and actually like getting work done. And these past couple months have been really special for me, just because Coach Foster was a father figure to me, and you get to see him go out on the top of the profession. And then having his replacement be Coach Ham, it's something that like I can't even put into words. Like, I'm so proud of both of those guys. Really proud is an understatement. I think Jay Ham is so deserving of this role, just because of what he is and who he is on a daily basis. When your leader is the epitome of hard work and blue collar and earn everything through hard work, it's easy to go to work every day and want to jump through hoops and run through walls for them.
Speaking of some of those current guys, linebacker went from after Tremaine gets drafted and you're going to go real young a couple of years ago to bang, all of a sudden it's one of the top units in the country. What's it like working with that group right now?
Oh, man, they're a special group, and they're fun to work with, too, for a lot of reasons. They come to work with a chip on their shoulder every single day. They are the epitome of Virginia Tech football. They maybe didn't come in with all the accolades and all the stars, but they want to be the best. And that's what makes it so fun for a guy like me because, you really want to go to the nth degree to really help them achieve those goals. And, they're great workers, great people. And it's really been a pleasure to kind of see them develop and kind of reach some of those things that they set out to accomplish.
You guys, like you said, you guys don't get much downtime now. Practice is pretty frenetic. But when you do, you guys like to get over to Castle and play a little staff basketball. Break that down for me. Who's got game and who thinks they have game?
You'd be surprised, man. Our staff is,
Yeah.
I don't know if we really do well against our players, but I'd put us against a lot of these staffs, a lot of the older guys. But
You'd take out the wrestling guys for sure. I've seen
absolutely. But Coach Korn, it's funny because I always call him like Manu Ginobili because you wouldn't when you look at him, you don't think he's a great player, but he's just so he's got unbelievable ball skills. He can shoot, pass, dribble. He's great on defense. He's just kind of like that sly veteran that's just really good. Coach Lechtenberg shoots the lights out of the ball. Unbelievable. I've never seen someone so good. I'm talking even a college basketball player. I bet Lech would beat the guy in a hot shot shooting contest. It's unbelievable how good he is at shooting. J-Ham, obviously, he's 6'4" and can fly. So, you got, J-Ham out there just, blocking everybody's shot. He can still get up. We got some old guys who, Vice likes to rain threes. Sheaves will get out there and play a little bit, even though he's, aging a little bit. It's just a good time, man. It's a good run, good sweat, where we kind of all get a little break from football. So I know we have a blast doing it.
What's it like to share office space and share this common goal with him and D-Tap and J-Ham and guys that carry on the tradition of playing for Coach Beamer and Coach Foster and the fact that Justin Fuente obviously embraces that?
Yeah, to be honest, as a former player, I honestly couldn't imagine a smoother transition. Really, Coach Fuente had a nearly impossible role. The shoes that he had to fill was nearly impossible. And really all he's done is he's continued the success of the football team. He brought with him his expertise of player development, and he brought his own traditions and a culture that really, in my opinion, I think will get us to new heights that this program hasn't seen before. And Coach Tapp has said it before that he basically gained 2 older brothers and 2 younger brothers. And it's so true because we're all so close. I can, rely on them for just about anything in all walks of life. And we just have a special bond that I don't know if a lot of staffs have.
All right, Jack. Well, I know you got things to get back to, so let's do rapid fire memory lane as we close our time. Favorite Coach Foster story that's suitable for air?
So this actually, my favorite ever, this actually happened while I was coaching. And I don't want to get into a lot of the specifics because, I don't want to embarrass anybody, but we had a former player that was really struggling in life. And I got to kind of be behind the scenes to watch Coach Foster help that player. He did that without with knowing that he wasn't going to get any press clippings for it or that he wasn't going to get any notoriety for it. He was just doing it out of the good of his heart. And a lot of people don't know Coach Foster. They just see him with his snarl on game day. And as a player and as a coach, I always get the question, is Coach Foster like he is on game day? And my answer was always couldn't be more opposite of that, where he's such a loving and caring person, wants the best for everybody that's in his circle. And that story and what he did for that player exemplified that. And I wish I could tell the world that story because he really deserves the credit and the notoriety for being such a good person.
Awesome stuff, Jack. Good catching up with you, man. Can't wait to actually see you one of these days.
Thanks, Lays. You too, buddy.